morning. Everyone's still awake? All right. Oh, that doesn't sound very convincing to me. Anyway, so I'll be talking about something that is a little different. So, on for something different. So, cybersecurity of the margin, safeguarding microfinance. So, everyone here is pretty much aware about finance, but what about microfinance? And cybersecurity at that level. Now, the thing is though, microfinance I know is sometimes new to some people here. So let's first, before you protect anything, you always have to know what you're trying to protect. So let's go through exactly what is microfinance. So basically, in microfinance, it's an ecosystem. It's an ecosystem, well, you can read it over there. So, but we'll go through just the top parts. So it's an entire ecosystem with a very specific target audience, especially those in the far-flung provinces, different islands. So that's where microfinance really works. So the idea of microfinance is that it would it would be putting them inclusively into a system of finance where it does work for them, not the high-end tags. It's more of the ones that they need that their daily lives, basically small transactions that eventually lead to a basically uplifting of lives. So let's start with that. So first and foremost is, of course, microloans. Whether you're a teacher or other profession in, say, especially far-flung places, where you need microloans just to pay the electricity bill, just to make the next harvest, just to bring your harvest to the cities, etc. There's so many practical applications for microloans. They don't need high amounts. They just need just enough to cover their expenses, for example, or small items that they just need so that they can get ahead of life. So next, of course, there's microbanking. There's microbanking for, again, that also caters to the small loans, to have a banking account, which is very important because not everyone is banked. So in the far-flung places, we actually have at Central and Lhuillier, that there are actually rural banks that cater to this. They don't need high-end stuff, you know what I mean? They just needed something to do their basics and get on with life. But it does not mean that they would not have access to it. They would have access to it eventually where the need arises and when they already have that. Now, finance, microinsurance is another one. So, but instead of explaining, it's best perhaps I just show you through a video.
Insurance para sa bayan, para sa surprise, para sa motor, para sa lakas. Para sa house, para sa family, para sa barangay, para sa ouchie, para sa mas malang ouchie, para panatagang-pilig sa araw-araw, magsigwa ng nuclear protocol, insurance para sa bayan, para sa balina, sa moto, sa aso, sa
So as you can see, microfinance and microinsurance covers almost all of the, shall we say, daily needs. And for emergencies where you don't have access to full insurance, so that's where microinsurance is. So for example, you have fire at home, you have health problems, or accidental death. I won't talk about that, but well, death is the end, right? So basically, microfinance also helps in the ones at the margins, the ones in the edges, to get access to these instead of relying on borrowing money from others or selling something that they shouldn't be. So microinsurance is there. Now, micro investments a different story, however, but still accessible because it teaches people to invest instead of spend. And especially well, tell you what, let's just make the video speak for itself.
Ay, mga pangarap mo, ano? Dami ka ulit sa kwenta. Besh, pwede isiyan invest sa one micro-invest para i-video ka pangarap mo. 50? Oo, kasi one micro-invest. Buti na para sa mga tao na hindi ka kumikira, may coach na tutulong sa'yo. Siyempre, di ba? Oo nga. Sa 50 pesos mo, maligaw invest. Kasi one micro-invest. Kaya na, siyempre.
So, even at 50 pesos or barely $1, $1, we can actually invest already actually. So it teaches people to not just keep spending, and it just shows them basically how to even invest small amounts. So as you can see, so we have, it's all 50 pesos actually. So the best I like is the last one where you say add to cart or add to pangarap or add to your dreams. So basically, micro-invest is there as well. Now, money transfer is crucial. Money transfer where, we do have fintech, right? We do have a lot of fintech actually. Now, the thing is though, sometimes in the provinces, internet connection or mobile data or cellular services is not very accessible. If you're in the mountains, I tried that actually. I went on a mountain in Batangas and I couldn't get anything. I couldn't talk to my wife, so that's not a good thing, right? But what more if you try to transfer money? So money transfer is done at the branches, and we have 3,500 of them, and from one branch to another branch, almost instantaneous. And if someone who works in a different province or a different city or even in Manila, and they try to send money home to their province, it's actually much easier for some, if not most actually, because they don't have access. So money transfer is another arm or part of the ecosystem of microfinancing. So there's an all-in-one financial gateway. It also includes those in overseas. Overseas, there are also branches that handle money transfers. Now that we've pretty much defined what microfinance is, number one, these are the top 3 cybersecurity applications that we should be putting there. Not application as an application, but what kind of application of cybersecurity solutions. Number one is security awareness. We're now empowering the people of the margins to be able to to transfer money, to do financial decisions, to do financial transactions. They, however, will now become targets of opportunity for criminals. So security awareness is one. Actually, my team here is actually here. They actually go to the provinces to teach about security awareness. So imagine traveling for 4 hours and teach security awareness for an hour and then heading back to Manila. So that's the kind of security awareness we espouse. And we train the trainers as well, those in the provinces, so that they can make our customers aware of security awareness. Next is multi-factor authentication. Now we're going techie, mainly because we have to make sure that when you log in, it's supposed to be you, whether it's going to be an OTP or an application or other means possible. Then lastly, this is ours. DevSecOps. For DevSecOps, what we need is basically to ensure that the apps are secure by design. Shift left, as they say. So basically, we make sure that when we develop our apps, it was secure in the initial stages, it's secure during the mid stages, and it's secure when we're about to release it. So, DevSecOps. Now, naturally, DevSecOps, the best way to test it is to do penetration testing or the vulnerability assessment of the apps itself, which is obviously what you need. So, with that, I'd like to do I entertain questions? Okay.
We'd like to open the floor for any question. Kindly raise your hand so we can hand over the microphone. I want to be shy. This is the best time to learn because when you're asking, that's really the best way of learning. Okay, right there.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for the presentation. My name is Lhuillier. So I see that you have a bunch of different products like insurance, investment, etc., etc. How do you see? Because a lot of these services are as such very traditional, but they are getting modernized because of technology, the availability of data. And you have been in the business for a while. So how do you see that journey shaping up? Like this how much of this digitalization is affecting, how you do things and what are your future plans about it? Thank you.
Yeah, it makes it better actually. Digitalization is always good. The only difference we make about it is we incorporate digitalization, of course, one. But at the same time, we also make it accessible for everyone. It's not just for everyone who's in the big cities and all that. We also make it accessible to other sectors, the other population as well. So that's where we apply the digitalization to make it for accessibility, basically, for those in the margins. Okay, I hope I answered that question. Yes.
Hi, John. Good morning.
Morning.
I'm Love from Lipico. I'd like to question regarding AI is booming right now. So I'd like to question your PJ group of companies. How is your roadmap to AI for your cybersecurity?
We love AI. That's what we can tell you. So it's almost like AI first, obviously. But we love AI. We are actually incorporating AI as much as possible and securely into where they are applicable in the ecosystem I shared earlier. So yes, we do use that, but we have to also be cautious as well when we use AI. It's new technology. It has new risk as well. But cautiously, but still go forward. But yeah, AI, we love it. Thank you.
Okay, we have one more slot for question. Grab this now. Just raise your hand and we'll hand the mic over to you. Anyone? Going once. Going twice. Last chance. All right.
Okay. So again, at PJ Lhuillier Cybersecurity, our mission is basically to enable business security. So again, thank you very much for this opportunity for me to speak, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day here. It's fancy stuff.